everybody.
Welcome to the episode.
This episode has a trigger warning because it is speaking on men being trash and a lot of sexual assault.
Yes, and violence.
And violence that has happened this week.
If that's not what you want to listen to right now, please click away before the episode begins.
Which it is about to do.
In 5,
4,
3,
2,
1. Welcome.
Because we are great. High five.
Hi.
Woo!
5. Whoa.
This is not actually the 5th show, but the 13th.
Whoa.
Isn't it 13?
It is.
It is 13.
Possibly.
Welcome to the 13th show. My name is Abigail.
I know it's been like 2 weeks, but
You don't
life.
need to tell them all of that.
I don't need to tell them. They know.
Because they are
Our people follow.
Yay!
Our 50 guys.
And they're fucking complainers.
Yay, you
Thank
complainers.
you guys for complaining.
It's okay. We love you regardless.
I have something to complain
Or
about.
irregardless.
Irregardless is a word.
It
Recognize
is.
by the Oxford.
I know.
Oh.
You know the thing is,
People get so upset.
people get upset and it's like you guys haven't read a fucking dictionary.
Woo! Drop some words on
Because
these
irregardless, as much as it might be archaic, look that up too.
things.
It's still a word. But also, you guys don't need to look it up. You guys are smart.
and you have us to tell you, regardless is a word. It's just our
People are mad because it's a Hunye saying it and he's a Cheers Baba. That's
Yeah.
all. And he steals. So,
Anyway, what we're talking about today, I have one thing to talk about today before we talk about what we're talking about today.
uh-huh.
The thing that I have to talk about today is Facebook blocked me and from commenting
Racism.
and putting posts on. It wasn't racism, it was sexism and the patriarchy.
Sexism.
This
That's
is
what I
why.
meant.
What happened is the Wanderlust Diaries, the group on Facebook that I'm on, which many Kenyans are on, talks about travel, blah blah blah. Sometimes
They're
it's
the
great,
last ones to
sometimes
wander.
it's shit. Wow.
Sometimes it's great and sometimes it's shit. And sometimes it's right in the middle of the pick that
Actually,
part of me.
you know what could also
There's
be
some
the,
hoes in this house.
you know what could also be like Wanderlust if you're wondering whether you're lustful or not.
Laughing. Is it lust? Is it lust? Is this lust? Is this lust that I'm feeling?
It could also be a good word for like sex work. Wanderlust. Your lust is wandering. Like roving penis. Anyway, so sorry guys.
AKA Nairobi.
Getting distracted a little bit. Wanderlust Diaries
So-
posted a story. A babe went to, you know how you go to see the dolphins and you go to Kilifi and you go diving things.
Yes.
Those things that we do when you go to Watamu. So a babe posted a thing where she went and she was like touched by like the guide who was taking her out underwater. She couldn't swim, etc. Those things. Surprisingly, and it's surprising, but it's only surprising if you don't consider that people have different world experiences, right? People don't realize that when you go to the beach in Mombasa or Watamu or Kilifi or wherever you are, beach boys will take advantage of you. It's a thing that many people know, but it's also a thing that very many people don't know. Especially if it's like you're going to Mombasa for the first time in your adulthood, you don't know like the fables and the stories.
Not
you know,
everybody,
like it's just
not everybody has been there before. Not everybody has access.
you're
to
not
the
even
place.
having conversations about that because that's not the world
Yeah.
you inhabit. It's not a thing that you talk about at
You
tea.
could
Beach
have
boys
grown up in
Mombasa.
Turkana all
Exactly.
your life, and you suddenly now you're a doctor and you're
Or
posted
even grown
to.
up in Nairobi. Like lots of people have grown up in
you
Nairobi.
could have grown
only
up in
been
Machakos.
Nairobi.
You could have
It
grown up in
doesn't matter.
Voi.
Yeah.
The point is, you've never been there, and the situation
And
happens.
therefore you don't know the lore
You're not
or
aware.
whatever, right? So she writes about it, and I had time yesterday, and so when she wrote about it, I decided that I was gonna go through the comments and be like, just checking who felt the need to victim shame today.
Yeah,
so I
Which
was
man?
going
Because
through,
it's not
yeah.
everybody else.
Unfortunately, there were like 2 women.
Whoa!
Yeah. So
But also, women be trash in the streets.
yeah, because women also perpetuate the patriarchy.
Yeah.
It's true. So
And not of any of their own volition. The system has
This is the
beaten them
system we're
into submission.
And I think that's a lot of the reason why our mothers tell us the things our mothers tell us. Because
Yeah.
they've had to operate within a system and they were like, these are the tools that I used to
Survive the system. To make
And-
sure that the system doesn't break you
Exactly.
beyond what you can handle.
Exactly.
To make sure that you're not rubbed into dismissal. Like, the system has ways of disciplining people who buck it.
It really does. It really does.
And
And
it's
so they
not
were
limited
like,
to the patriarchy.
and so they were like, look, marriage makes my life easier. I've gotten
Advise,
married.
yeah.
I will, of course, advise my child to get married
Yeah, yeah.
because I want her life to be
I
easier
want
for her.
and it's it's very convoluted and it's very backwards in terms of literally doing things the wrong way up. But
it's the only way they know how to do it.
It's a sign of their love because they don't understand how you're going to survive in this cruel world.
It's so cruel.
Anything outside of the thing that they know.
It's so
because
cruel.
They've seen everything else.
And they've seen people who tried to buck the system.
Exactly.
And they saw what happened to those people.
The repercussions.
Yeah.
And it told them I think they would wish on their child.
Yeah. In short, be kind to your mothers.
Be kind to your mothers and understand that they're humans.
Yes. So,
Hey, therapy 101. And it's only 5 minutes in. Today we're trying.
Hey, wow. So, I was going through the comments and, a chick was like, wow, that's so weird. The last time I had such a great experience. So
yeah, nigga, that was you, motherfucker.
You had a great experience doesn't mean it hasn't happened. In fact,
I could literally eat off a plate and the next person that eats off the plate gets fucking rabies.
From the plate.
If that's how rabies works, it would. But you get the point. The same plate can kill you.
It's true. So
the plate can fall and break, and someone uses it to stab you. The same plate.
The plate can still hurt you. Just because it worked last time doesn't mean it works this time. So I was like, this comment is unhelpful because just because it didn't happen to you doesn't mean it doesn't happen to her. Unless you're trying to say,
invalidate.
Yeah, unless you're trying to say she's a liar, there's no point of this comment. Yeah. Someone, you had a great experience. She did not.
Congratulations.
Can we focus
you're
on
lucky.
The experience? Can you be helpful in this situation? Congratulations, you're lucky. Keep it moving, right? Other people were like, women should not swim.
Why?
By themselves. I'm like, okay, if you didn't know that story, if you didn't know that Beach Boys do that, right? You would think it was okay to swim by yourself because you've been swimming by yourself. Yep. Like, it's not... and also, people generally don't think that they'll go into the ocean to be molested. That's not the thing we target when we wake up in the morning on our vision boards, right?
If you get in a boat and the boat capsizes and then they recover the boat, fix it up, and then tomorrow other people get in the boat and the boat capsizes and they fix it and they do this many times. And on the 9th time, they finally figured out how to make the boat work. The one person or the 10 people who get on the boat on the 10th day when the boat was working does not negate the 9 people who are the 9 groups that were already on it and who had the worst experience of their lives. Just because you had a good time doesn't mean the bad time doesn't exist. We're not living in a fucking utopia.
It's like
shit happens in the same universe. You could literally be having the best night of your life on the same table with someone having the worst night of their life.
It's true. It's like how people are like, if that guy's a rapist, how come he didn't rape me? He can't be a rapist.
Yeah, because that's how rapists work. We just rape everybody.
Did you say we just... Anyway, I have carried
men. Who are the rapists?
Men. Yeah. For 97% of the time. Yeah. It is what it is. Anyway, so I was going through these comments. Some guy was like, why are you turning this into a gender war? I'm sorry.
It's been a gender war, motherfucker.
Women are dying. Is this what happens in war? You guys are killing us. This is very clearly a gender war. If you're turning this into a gender war, then I can't engage with you. And yet here you are still replying.
And yet you are engaging. Not even still replying. You started the engagement.
Then he started insulting me. And he was like, stupid pseudo-feminist. Meanwhile, he hasn't been blocked. I went and checked just now. Because you know how the name is... Yeah. So, I reported now that person who was calling me a stupid pseudo-feminist. And then I was just like, you guys are talking all this shit about things women should do. Meanwhile, on that same thread, there's a guy who was like, guys didn't know that Beach Boys rape people. I'll even take videos and bring to you guys. I was like, okay, there's a guy on this thread
who wants to take videos of sexual assault
and share with you guys.
Which is also sexual assault.
You're busy castigating me, but you haven't castigated this guy. You're just like, this seems like a cool, chill thing to do and leave on a Facebook thread. Let's report the babe who's saying men are rapists. Because that's what I said. I said men are rapists.
I forgot the point of my boat analogy, but I just remembered it. In that whole story where the boat is capsizing, not once, not a single fucking time, did the people who were getting fucking drowned in the ocean get blamed for the boat capsizing.
No.
You fix the boat. The boat are men and capsizing is rape if you didn't understand the analogy.
Yeah, but also people are like,
fix
why did you get into the boat? Why did you get in the boat?
Yeah, why did you get in the boat? Because boats are not supposed to float on water, are they?
Anyway, so...
Like,
I got blocked for that.
Anyway,
I was very irritated. I've been irritated. I've been like, anyway, Facebook was made by a man.
It
I've
was
been thinking
a very
about
robotic
it.
man.
A very robotic, very top of
Capitalistic.
the pyramid. So I was like, of
Out of
course I'm
touch,
being blocked
white
for saying men
dudes.
are rapists. Of course I will be blocked.
Run
Regardless
by
of the fact
out-of-touch
that
white dudes.
1 in every 3 women has suffered at the hands of sexual assault. And those are just the ones that we know. Because the
ones that
ones
have
who
reported.
say are told that women shouldn't get into boats. And then
you shouldn't
97
wear that bui like that. You shouldn't wear that bikini. You shouldn't like
yeah.
at some point we have to come to
At
the
some
realization
point, at some point, my
that
guy. At some point,
the
at some
rapist
point
is
it
the
can't
person
just
at
be-
fault.
Yes. At some point, after you've told women to do all the things, because let me tell you something,
It's been happening.
women are doing all the things.
They've
Women-
done it.
Women are constantly. Let me tell
Listen,
you,
people in
like I
Saudi,
said,
women in Saudi Arabia are raped.
Yes.
Women in Brazil are raped. If you're a woman, the only constant here is being a woman.
Yes.
And the only constant in the
Is-
other side of the equation is
the
a man.
rapist. Now, if there was an Olympics for how much you can do to not be raped, we should have done a trigger warning at the beginning of this episode. You'll put a trigger warning.
We'll do it and then we'll add it at the beginning.
Okay,
We'll
so
cut and
add
add a trigger warning.
So, I really feel sometimes if this was only about what women have to do
Yeah.
to not be raped, then no woman would be getting raped.
Yeah,
let me tell
because
you,
women are fucking vigilant as shit.
Vigilant
Forget
as
even that
shit.
you rape. Just your kitchen, nigga.
Vigilant
You think
as
you
shit.
yeah.
vigilant
Your
as
health.
shit.
Everybody who's talking about vaccines and getting healthy and the conversation is being led by women because niggas are dumb.
Yeah, niggas are dumb.
We are
But
dumb. Me,
you,
as smart as I am, I'm a
you're
dumb
very smart.
motherfucker.
Yeah, you can be dumb sometimes. Wonder when people tell you secrets and then you talk. Anyway,
man.
so now
Listen, it was
me,
not a
my
mistake.
thing is, if it was about what women can do to not get raped, then no women would be getting
Yeah.
raped. Because
First of all, it's
I
not
can
fun.
categorically
It's not
say
a
it's
thing.
not fun. It's not exciting. It's not something, again, we
It's not
put
a
on our
badge of
vision
honor.
boards
It's-
every day. No, it's not a thing that we want.
Nothing
to
about
do.
it is good.
Nothing about it is good. Second,
No one wants
women
that.
have been categorically doing all of these things since we were
Forever.
born. Let me tell you,
Forever. You're
babes,
taught.
we're given lectures from 4 years old. Oh, don't sit on Uncle Nani's lap. Or
When
don't
Uncle Nani comes,
go
you shouldn't wear this.
wear across your legs. Blah blah blah. Or sit like a lady.
How
all
about
those
don't let
things.
rapists in your house?
How about? Listen, guys are told, do what you want and go play outside. Women are told you can't play those games, you can't
those
play with
boys,
those
you
boys,
can't do this.
you can't walk
That
at
is
night. You
inappropriate.
can't. Guys, there's nothing that women have not done to not be raped.
Yeah.
We've stayed in our houses, we're raped in our houses. We've gone to school to become independent and have money and so that we can buy our own houses and we're still raped in the companies, in the offices that we work for.
house
We've
that you
been
bought.
docile and demure, we're still raped in our marriages.
You've been
We've been
active and-
independent and feminist and fought against it, we're still
still
raped
raped.
because you're in the front line. We've won longest skirts like Adventists,
Still
still
raped.
raped. We've only talked to the men in our lives because we're held within a shelter and you're not
Still
allowed to talk
raped.
to other. You're still raped.
You've been
Like,
7 years old, still raped.
yeah, you've been 63 years old in a village.
Still raped.
Like, guys,
It's not about anything other than the rapist.
It's not
There's
about
no
anything.
consistent anything. You can't say all of the women who have been raped are the same because they're not.
yeah.
All of the rapists are the same because they're all predators.
Yes.
That's the only fucking consistent.
Yes. Yeah.
Do
So,
better.
Tell your friends. I mean,
Check your friends.
If you want to go on Wanderlust Diaries and find that Tony guy, that would be great. But if not,
Tony on the thing.
Tell your friends.
Yeah.
When they say not all men, tell them that we understand that not all men are rapists, but also explain to them that women cannot see into your
Oh,
heart.
this
like
is a message for
God.
the men, by the way.
If
Because women have been doing this work.
it's true.
Men, do
And
this.
once again, what am I doing? Work. Anyway, so for your friends who say not all men, great, cool story. Now that not all men are also not wearing a badge, so that we know who is safe and who is not,
Ha.
right?
There's a vaccine analogy about this shit.
What was the vaccine analogy?
Vaccine analogy is like, coronavirus is a virus, so there's many variants. And if you're protecting yourself from the coronavirus, the vaccine will be protecting you against coronavirus, blanket. Similarly, when you're talking about men are rapists, and when you don't trust men intrinsically, it's because, like a vaccine, it's covering everybody because everybody looks the same in terms of the violence. When the violence happens, a man is a man is a man is a man. There's no difference from Omondi to Otieno. You're violating someone's sanctity and agency. And autonomy. That's the right word. So, using the statement, men are trash, any blanket statement is because there's no differentiating factor between Oni and a rapist in the streets.
Because you all look
if you don't know me, and there's only maybe 20 people maximum who know me, you don't know who Oni is. You can't say he's a rapist, you can't say he's not.
Yeah, it's not like...
You're seeing a man, and in your history, if you've... The number of people who I know who have been assaulted by men, it's outrageous. And it's never at the stranger, it's never out in the streets.
No, it's everyone you know. I don't know any woman who has not had an experience where she's not being harassed by a man.
Exactly. And it's a man. And you can always, like... The thing is so universal that it's nondescript now. It's like, yeah, that's another one doing the same thing. Even today.
And he won't be punished.
Even today.
Oh, we went for an event today at Karen Country Lodge, which is different from Karen Country Club. We went to Karen Country Lodge.
Different because less good?
Yes.
But anyway, fuck these colonialists.
Anyway. There were literally men standing around to look at the babes in the event.
And the men worked there.
And the men, like, the men who were working there.
And one was a patron.
And one was, like, a patron, like, a random white dude who just came to stare at the babes. It's just, like...
disgusting. And if you're paying attention, you can see this shit. It's not hidden.
It's very easy to say not all men, but all of my experiences with abuse are with men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so if...
And in that situation, there's maybe... The venue was full of women. For the amount of men that were there, too high of a percentage were creepy for you to ignore that it's just a man thing.
It was very weird. Anyway, so just to my original point, when you say, when I say men are trash, right? It's not necessarily all men are trash. It's like Black Lives Matter. I'm not saying other lives don't matter.
Yeah.
I'm saying currently the lives that are being harassed. I'm saying the lives that are being harassed are the black lives, are the women. And therefore, when I tell you men are trash, it's a commentary on a system that allows this to continue.
Yes.
And when I say allows this to continue, I mean every time a victim talks about it, you guys are like, that has never happened to me. Every time I say men are trash, you're like, not all men. Cool, but I can't tell which men. And by the virtue of the fact that this is still happening, clearly there's a larger number of men who are trash than the number who are not. Because if men were checking men more, so much of this shit would not be happening. Yeah. Okay?
For clarity, trash adjacent is trash.
Everyone knows their friend who's a rapist or who's weird with girls or who you shouldn't leave your sister alone. Even men are scared of what men can do to the women in their lives. That's why you don't want your sister to date your friends. That's why you never take a chick to a party where you know a boy of yours is going to be there. All of you niggas know these niggas. You all know them and they're allowed to be like that. Because you guys allow them to be like that. Trash adjacent is still trash. Wow, I really deviated.
We've really deviated. We were doing well at the beginning.
I really was. It's fine. We can talk about this now. There was something else I wanted to explain about the men are trash. If I remember it, it'll come to me.
Yeah.
I think it was something about the fact that when all of your experiences of abuse are with men, when you say men are trash, you know that not all men are trash. Of course, you can name 2 men in the world that you know who are great guys, and even you don't know they're great guys.
It's not a competition.
Like, cool. It's not a competition
about whether or not you can tell. It's
I
like
wish
you
men
know
would like listen more
to what the fuck is being said.
When we say men are trash, we mean this is clearly a gender war. You are killing us. What men here is, no, I'm a good guy. Stop attacking my good guy.
What men here is like, you ain't shit. It's like, nigga, yeah. First of all, you need to realize you ain't shit.
Because you're benefiting from a system that you did nothing to build, but you're benefiting everything from.
I remember that fucking analogy. I saw it on the Facebooks. It's like, you say that you're a good person or you're a good man in this particular instance, and yet the system that benefits you as a man benefits you regardless of whether you're good or bad.
And you're also continuing to perpetuate the system.
Yeah.
Because of
if you don't
your
call
friends.
it out,
Even if it's not you, Sawa, we believe you, it's not you.
You could be the most fucking docile, saintly, whatever the fuck the word is that makes you feel good about yourself at night.
You're still
that person,
benefiting from the system.
The system is built for you. If you're a man, the system is built for you. Yeah, you have to be white for you to get maximum benefit. You know, it's like
maximum effort.
But if you're a man, the system is built in your favor.
Maximum benefit, minimum effort. Actually,
and it's so weird when you see it, because it's not limited. This is the funny thing is like, it's not limited to men. You will see women. Some women out here are so deep in the system that they are themselves their own enemies, perpetuating these same tropes, these same fucking bullshit.
I actually saw a theory about this. Not a theory, I think it's true. Good men benefit from toxic men.
Yes, everybody benefits if you're a man.
Yes, but good men specifically benefit from toxic men because women have encountered so many toxic men. Now they're scared of men, and therefore they'll behave in a certain way around men, because I don't know if you're a good man or a toxic man. And therefore the culture of fear that has been inhabited upon my person because I've engaged with toxic men makes all other men benefit. Whether you're a good man or a toxic man, because women are generally scared of men. Let me tell you, there's no time I'll be in a club pre-COVID and PC. A man will come up to me and I'll just be like, whatever, even though that's what I want to do. And you know why I won't do that? Because I've heard far too many stories of niggas stabbing women in the club because I won't talk to you. Yeah. Of him following. Like, this has literally happened to a friend of mine. A guy was like, oh, you don't want to hear my stories? Wait till you get to the car park, because he had a gun in his car. Like, anyway, toxic men, good men, all benefiting from patriarchy. So, you know what really bothered me, and I haven't even engaged with this story properly, so I don't know if I should talk about it or not, but that story of this poor lady, this poor girl who was raped, she's dead.
Oh, the one who was in the hotel. Was
it the hotel?
The spinal cord.
The spine. Yeah. I'm just
by the manager of the hotel.
I'm just like, okay.
For context, there's a story currently doing the rounds about this young lady who accepted a date from a dude that she knew.
Yeah, she knew him.
And met at the designated spot, and you know, if a date is going well, you're relaxed, you're not thinking that anything could be going weird. But her friend got a call from her the day of the date at like 6 p.m. and she was like, and it wasn't a number that her friend knew. So she was like, if you can't find me tomorrow, look for me on this number. And, you know, she didn't think anything of it. And the girl went on the date and her friend went on with her life. But calling her in the morning, she couldn't reach her. And so she had been told where the date was happening at some hotel in the city. Not sure which one, but at a hotel. And when this babe went to inquire, because it was unlike her friend to be off her phone for like a long time, it was maybe 18 hours or something. When she went to the hotel to inquire, she was like, yeah, the staff there were like, yeah, she came here yesterday with this dude, and this is the room they were staying in. Let's go check it out. We'll talk about security later. But they went to check it out, and they found this babe in the bed, passed out, unconscious, and you know, looking beaten and battered. And I think it was a medical report that was concluded that she had been raped and physically abused to the point that her spine was broken, and she was paralyzed. And she was in surgery she was in hospital. I don't know if she went through surgery, but she was in hospital for like a day, and then she died because of the fucking violence. I'm telling you, what kind of monster animal? I don't even know what kind of a spine. Do you know how hard it is to break a fucking wishbone on a chicken wing?
You're so foolish, but yes.
It's not easy to break a spine. It's not a thing that you do. A grown
person who's probably fighting you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monstrous behavior. And then you expect these same people to understand what you're trying to say when you say not all men. They know this thing. They're not fucking stupid.
No. Actually.
No one is stupid in this situation. It's like, listen, we understand what you're saying, but no one has asked you about all men.
Yeah.
No one has even talked about all men. We're talking
And
about
you know,
rapists.
we hear these stories as in every day. As in, women are surrounded by so much violence. Every day we hear these stories. Every day.
And
like,
you as a man, if you pay attention, you'll hear them too.
And you'll hear them among your friends, and you'll hear them at 18. And
You'll hear them everywhere. Your mother, your auntie, your cousin, your neighbor, your shopkeeper.
So I couldn't
your
even
niece,
engage.
your nephew.
I couldn't engage with that story. It's such a violent story. Like,
it was insane.
It's such a violent story.
It's like a fucking, like, if you wrote that into a show, someone will tell you to turn down the violence because it's unrealistic.
It's too much. And like, it's like, okay, so now
she went on the date. Like, so it doesn't matter whether you like the guy or you don't.
It doesn't matter whether if you say yes to the date or you don't. Or no to the date.
Whether you do this or you do that. It doesn't matter. If someone is going to be violent towards you, they're going to be violent. It has nothing to do with the woman. It has nothing to do with anything she does.
But I mean, even the reactions online. Like,
people are fucking garbage. I saw
a guy on Shiro Morioki's Facebook.
Yeah.
Who was like, any woman who goes somewhere without her husband, she should be prepared for what she's getting.
Because always
be suspicious. With a man who's not your husband. I was just like, okay.
How is that a thing that you consider okay to do? Like, you think it's okay for people to live their life in fear?
And then what are you supposed to say with this? Are you supposed to be like, okay, don't go on dates until you get married? How are you supposed
and even if you get married, so you can't go and meet a man because you're married, because the only man you trust is your husband. But you don't think that system is broken?
But also, husbands are rapists also.
Yes. We're going by the logic of the person who said the thing.
Yes. But also the fact that someone thinks that if you've played outside the rules of the system, you deserve to have your spine broken.
It's fucking crazy. Idiot. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't engage with that story. And like, you're the first person who have like heard the whole story told. Because I couldn't
I understand.
I couldn't do it. I'm just like, there's shows I can't watch anymore.
Yeah, I was just about to say, because I didn't want to dim it down, but it's like there's black shows where they're talking about the violence of slavery, the violence of colonialism.
Imagine I can't. Like, I'm very... So, as a woman...
I'm tired. I can't think about that and think about everything else that's fucking with me.
Exactly. So, colonialism
now you imagine
and
that's
slavery...
me, just a man.
Colonialism and slavery is already hard.
But the funny thing is, it affects you and me in the same way.
Yeah.
Like, you're not exempt from the struggles of being black just because you're a woman.
No.
So it's
in
compounding.
Fact, now we have double, yes.
It's compounding.
So now, because I wasn't around in slave time, so I don't know. We're suffering from neocolonialism, etc. When you go to Karen Country Lodge and a white guy can just like stare at babes.
Straight up, and even approach them with chest.
Anyway, so that's a bit separate. That's like the next cyclic level of my thought. Yeah. But the one that I'm directly interacting with, i.e., I am a woman. I don't need to be consistently reminded that men are willing to be violent to me at the slightest provocation. Because, let me tell you something, I know that already for a fact.
And the reminders are there whether you want to
Watching TV is not, like, I don't need to see this, I live this, it's fine. You know what I mean? So, even, like, there's some stories I'm just like, okay, there's nothing that you could have told that poor girl that would have helped this situation.
Tell your friend where you're going. She told her friend. Make sure that you like the guy. She liked the guy.
She knew the guy.
So
I'm just like,
take precautions. She took precautions.
Past a certain point, men have to fucking step up. It can't be every day women do better. Even you men, what are you doing? What the fuck are we doing in here? Like, come on, guys. We're gonna just blame women for men at all points of the story. Even me, I'm tired of talking about this shit. Even me personally, I'm tired of doing the labor. Why must it always be us for everything?
And you know the ironic thing? The men that do fight for the causes for women have the least to gain from these women. It's always everybody who's on the LGBTQI spectrum. Those men are quicker to defend women than the men who it would behoove, and you would think this situation is beneficial to me directly. If Abigail is safe, it's better for me, who is into Abigail, who is dating.
But men
like regardless.
But men cannot defend women, even though they know it's of benefit to them, because it won't be of benefit to them, because then they won't have anyone to oppress.
They don't have control.
Yeah, of course they're not going to. So this
It's
is also
fucking
my
crazy.
thing. Yeah, but
I don't get it.
whatever spectrum you're on, right? Women have been fighting this fight since
Forever.
women were women.
Since
I think
women
it's time for men
existed.
to do it now.
It's
Honestly,
our job now.
We're not. Nothing we're saying is helping. Nothing we're doing
Because
is
this is the
helping. If
situation.
anything, violence is getting worse, and now we find out more about it because of social media. Blah 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 blah. Imagine, guys, it's your turn. Imagine you guys do the thing now.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
I don't know. I don't know what other contortion.
That's the only way to be an ally now.
I don't know what other contortion of truth you can be presented with. We've done anger, we've done politeness, we've done policy, we've done law, we've done videos, we've done series, we've done podcast. Like, at this point, guys, if you still think in that way, I don't know now. I don't know. Okay, this was such a depressing podcast, guys. I'm sorry. But the world is depressing, and it's like this every day for women. So, welcome.
Just in case you were wondering, women are carrying this. And then, in the midst of all this shit that women have to deal with, just throw in a loose period.
My period is coming next week. Shit!
Fam, like, if you're alive in 2021 and you're not thinking about how other people's lives are, who are not you, who are different from you in different ways, I don't know what can help you, because the information is everywhere and the knowledge is for free. If you look for it, you'll find it. And it can help you understand, and we can live in a better society. Everybody would benefit from just everybody being happy and safe.
Except men. Men operate on fear, and therefore if everyone is happy and safe, no one will be scared of them, and then they can't oppress people and be at the top of the pyramid.
Predators would not be happy.
That's true.
I would be happy.
That's true. Predators would not be happy. It's true.
That's what we're saying.
Right,
the people
guys.
who we are targeting would not be happy. But those are the people we don't want in society. And also, stop thinking about the happiness of men.
Or don't we?
Leave them alone.
Or don't we? Because the world generally caters to predators.
No, the way the world is now, yeah, we absolutely...
Like a large part of the world.
We exalt them, we glorify them, and we support them.
Yep.
There's never consequences. Like, Blue Ivy can't drink from a fucking Grammy because...
Everyone.
It's fucking crazy. Anyway, the point is,
mad.
men, do better.
Yep.
It's upon you.
Yep. It's not us anymore.
To make the fight about
us
you
now.
And about what you think is decent, because women have been fighting. They're tired.
I'm so tired
They're
of
done.
being sick and tired.
Don't get surprised. Like, there's a reason men get excluded from a lot of things, conversations, events, situations.
Trips.
It's not about anything other than, you know what, this would be so much easier if we just went with people who got it. And those people happen to be women.
Yeah.
More often than not.
Yep. Okay, that was fun.
Good job.
Men do
Goodbye.
better. Goodbye.
Feel how you want to feel. Maybe next week will be less, heavy.
We'll see.
We'll see how we feel.
Maybe if men don't fuck up next week.
Yeah, highly unlikely. I could put odds on it.
Bye, guys.
Bye.